Let's hear a dog. There's 18,000 kind of dogs, and he says, let's hear a dog. Be specific. What kind of dog do you want? There's chows, chihuahuas, dachshunds, Doberman pinchers, cocker spaniels. Well, all right, let's hear you do a cocker spaniel. I can't do that one.
Kind of tuck their legs in so nobody would break their legs when we go down the hill. Hey, let's sled down tomorrow. And he thought I was an idiot.
Aptly named Bonsai.
Hi guys, welcome back to Comedy Parenting Radio. My name is Jerry Begley. I'm your host, and today's topic, we're going to be continuing the sledding theme, and I've got the Begley kids here with me, and we're going to start out on the easiest stuff, which would be like the bunny hills at the ski area, and we're going to finish up with sledding down double black diamonds on Aspen Highlands ski area in Aspen. Pretty crazy stuff, so stay tuned. Hang on to your sleds. We'll be right back.
Press wants your cheeks to hurt. You can laugh a little, or you can laugh a lot. When you read other children's books, you have to force yourself to smile now and then. But when you read Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come, you laugh so hard your cheeks hurt. It's your choice, fake smiles or cheeks that hurt. Pick up your copy of Dad the Tooth Fairy Didn't Come wherever the lousy comedy books are sold. My cheeks hurt just reading this.
You're listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
I'm gonna need you, child, to be my guide. And if we're gonna make it to the other side, it's gonna take more than just coming along for the ride.
Did you know that you don't have to always be in the wilds to sled? You can go to really tame places to sled.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
But we don't do that very often.
No, but when we were living in Glenwood, when my mom was gonna have a baby, my little baby brother Josiah, there was this giant sledding hill that everybody loved to go to. It was kind of like Harrison Hill. And everybody went there on Christmas Day. It was packed, and people made several bumps and jumps, and there were people flipping and flying and crashing.
I remember that.
It was quite a sight to see.
That was actually the first time I tried one of those, like, they're like just foam. They're like the sleds that are just foam with a slick bottom.
Like what they use for the water slide up at camp?
Yeah. Whee!
Those things don't steer very well, do they?
Nope.
No.
That sort of goes straight down the hill and just kind of hang on, huh?
Or on a toboggan-like run.
You know, speaking of toboggans, we inherited a toboggan from your grandfather, and my wife and I took all the kids over to Buttermilk Ski Area one time and took that 8-man toboggan to the top of Panda Peak.
Wow.
Well, we put everybody, this is in the springtime after the slopes had closed down, and we got everybody piled on and kind of tucked their legs in so nobody would break their legs when we go down the hill. And we came down Panda Peak. Well, you would think that Panda Peak is a beginner's area and it's nothing to it. But in the springtime, when you're on a toboggan and you start kind of feeling that heavy weight of hundreds of pounds going straight down the hill on a waxed toboggan.
I wasn't that fat back then.
At the bottom, there's a swimming pool and a hotel. Fortunately, we were able to steer the thing away from the swimming pool and the hotel, and we stopped and lived to tell about it. I'll tell you about one of the scariest. It isn't going to help if it's scary and you're laughing. one of the scarier times in my life on a sled was in the springtime in April when the ski areas closed down in Aspen. And I wanted to know what it was like to sled from the top of Buttermilk Ski Area down on a runner sled as fast as I would like to go.
Yikes.
So I went up there with a pretty good runner sled, a long one, and I had a helmet with me, a motorcycle helmet with me, hiked to the top of the mountain on a nice sunny day. The snow was rock hard, and I waited till it softened up a little bit. And I took off from the top of Buttermilk Ski Area, sledded down off to the right side toward a run called Buckskin, made a big sweeping turn down the top of Buckskin and headed back toward the main part of the ski area and decided to let it go. The sled, I'm not exactly sure how fast it got to go. I'm thinking maybe 40 to 50 miles per hour on a runner sled. And I was flying down the ski area, and there's a huge open field at the bottom. And I hung on for all I was worth, except for the sled started to turn, and my feet slid off of the back and spun around. The sled was going straight, and my body started sliding over to the side. And so I hung on. And if you can kind of picture this, it's sort of like the two hands of a clock where the one hand points one way and the other hand points a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's what my body looked like on the sled going about 40 miles an hour. I was going sideways. And somehow I got back onto the sled and continued the run. And there's a huge run out. I went up a little bit of a hill, and finally it stopped me. And I was shaking like a leaf. And I stood up and I looked, and there was a worker from the Aspen Skiing Company was over on a ridge on a snowmobile. He had watched the whole thing happen, and he stood up off the snowmobile and he started applauding me. And I took a bow. I took a bow, and I got back on my sled, and I kept going down the mountain.
This is Ensign Chekhov. You are listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Ranger Station.
Hi, I want to report a bear sighting.
Location.
My front door. It was Smokey Bear. My husband was burning leaves in the yard. He just came inside for a second.
Never leave a fire unattended. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
Smokey said that too.
We go way back. I knew him when he was just a cub.
How cute.
If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference. Brought to you by Smokey Bear, the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
My wife, Marty Begley, was actually a pretty amazing sledder. She was raised in Michigan, went to the University of Michigan up in northern Michigan, the Yoopers, and also then at Michigan State. But she was a fantastic sledder. One time we went to employee end-of-the-year party at Buttermilk Ski Area, and we took the orange sleds, those nice bathtub sleds, and we went to the party, went up the chairlift, and instead of skiing down the mountain or riding the chairlift down, we sledded down Buttermilk Ski Area on Ridge Run as fast as we could go down Ridge on the orange sleds.
Wow.
Turns out that some of these dogs started chasing us and nipping at us. So we had a dog chasing us down the hill. So then that's why we let the sleds go as fast as we could. And we outran the dog going down the mountain, if you can picture that.
I can. That's, wow.
Another time, end of the year party. Marty and I, that would be your mom, we were at Snowmass, and it was a really warm spring day. So we went to the party wearing Hawaiian shirts and shorts and hats. But there was snow. We took the chairlift up to the party, and while the party was going on, you could also go skiing. So they had some chairlifts running higher up, and your mom and I grabbed some lunch trays.
Lunch trays,
and we went down to the chairlift. Took us a little while to get to the chairlift by sitting on lunch trays and sliding. Went up the chairlift to the top of Sam's Knob, and went over to a blue run called Bonsai.
I would know Bonsai.
And we went down Bonsai Ridge in lunch trays.
No! I'm glad it's a spring day, because if it's not on a spring day, wow, that's icy.
Aptly named bonsai.
Yeah, aptly named bonsai. It just goes straight down the mountain on the ridge, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic run. Lunch trays, bonsai. I've done lunch trays in half pipes, lunch trays down Aspen Mountain. I've done lunch trays all over the place. Has anybody in this family, or do you know of anybody who's ever sledded down the Marble Quarry Road?
I have.
Tell me about that.
It's a lot of fun on a runner sled, but it's kind of scary because I was always afraid that there was going to be an avalanche to come down.
Well, there are avalanches up there.
There would be an avalanche that comes down, and I would be stuck on one side with just my little runner sled and stuck up on the mountain with an avalanche in between me and anywhere close to civilization.
You mean an avalanche would go across, then you'd be stranded on the other side of it?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you climb over it?
She didn't know that at the time that you could climb over avalanche that already happened.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I was like 3 or 4.
You were by yourself?
That's true. That's true.
No, I was with Christina.
Oh.
I think.
That road goes down several miles out of the mountains down into the town of Marble, Colorado. Comedy Parenting Radio will be right back.
They know that we're here, and they know that we know that they're there. Now, they know how many soldiers we have, and they know that we know how many soldiers they have. Now, they know what we have to do, and they know that we know what they're going to have to do. Now, what's the one thing we know that they don't know?
Well, I don't know that one, sir, but you know the one about the farmer? He's got a box of...
I want to tell you about something that I did over at Aspen Highlands ski area, since I mentioned sledding down ski areas. Okay, Dad, tell us about the story.
Okay, Dad, tell us about it. Tell us. Okay, Dad, tell us about the story.
You would think this would be a live audience. I helped to cut the lift line over at Aspen Highlands. It's called Deep Temerity. It's on double black diamond runs. We started cutting trees for the new chairlift in April, right when the ski area closed, and there's lots and lots of snow up high because you're at about 11,000 feet elevation or more. And we would take snowmobiles out to a particular area and then walk down the mountain to the bottom where we left chainsaws and shovels, and we would work our way up cutting trees all day long. Well, it's a big ski area, a long way to go. And after a while, after a few days of this, I said to my friend Dave, hey, let's sled down tomorrow. And he thought I was an idiot. I thought he was an idiot because he and I were cutting trees on double black diamonds in anywhere up to 11 feet of snow. I brought Swiss Bob sleds with me to Highlands. Do you know what those are?
Nope.
Swiss Bob sleds are basically square, and you sit on them, and they have handles on them. And what I decided you could do with the Swiss Bobs is that you could go down through deep powder in the trees, and you lift up on the handle, lean back, and the sled would actually stop in the deep powder, even though it was a double black diamond run.
Actually, sir, I think we prefer to go with the bizarre and risky. It's worked for us so far.
If you know anything about Aspen Highlands ski area, we went down through what is known as the South Castle Chutes trees, and later on became Canopy Cruiser off to the side. And we would sled down this double black diamond to the trees every morning before we went to work.
Whoa.
That sounds like so much fun.
Yes, it does.
Well, yeah, because you go down about a half mile on a double black diamond in dark timber.
Whoa.
We got to sled down through places where people aren't even allowed to ski right now, and so that was pretty cool. And sometimes we would sled down with gas cans, and we would crash, and stuff would go rolling all around the hill. There's nothing on this earth quite like double black diamond sledding through the trees. You've been listening to Comedy Parenting Radio. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for coming out, sledders.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And when you guys go, you can take that broken runner sled with you, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye.